loss out there in Arkansas. To be honest with you, Arkansas beat them 4 times in a row. So they're looking to they're looking to close that door a little bit, and because they got a tough schedule. From Arkansas they jumped to Alabama. They're from Alabama. I think they got like New Mexico State. They're from New Mexico State. They got Oklahoma. So they got a tough road. But what I was gonna ask y'all for this, I want to say you could give me 2 or 3. Who is your contenders? Who is your pretenders right now in NCAA football?
Contenders.
Contenders and pretenders.
Go ahead, Sean. I got my 2. I
mean,
might go with 3.
Contender, I'm always Alabama, roll tide, and I like Penn State. I like the Penn, right? Pretending, I'm gonna say LSU. Unfortunately, pretending. Uh, man, but the both sides, Florida Gators, and I'm gonna go South Carolina, man. In that pretender. I think they don't get waking up. Don't get shaken up a little bit.
Okay, my 2 contenders: State, Ohio State, and the U. Oh, the U ain't playing. The U ain't playing. The U might be the baddest boys in the NCAA. The U, they ain't playing. Okay, pretending. A part of me think Bama pretended because they want to be Saban Bama, but they can't be Saban Bama. Somebody else, I think, that might. Somebody else that might be pretending, but they really ain't got nobody to play against. But we're gonna find out because it look like UCLA done woke up. We're gonna find out what Oregon really looking like real soon. Because I don't think Oregon who they say they are. They look good. I know Nike got them looking good, but looking good don't always equate to playing good. I'm sorry, Prime. I have a different philosophy with that. Sometimes you got to have what it takes, regardless what the uniforms look like.
Now,
that's it. That's it. And in HBCU football,
go ahead, man.
SWAC football, it's really getting serious. You got Grambling, Texas Southern coming into Grambling. That's going to make a decision because if Grambling loses that game, that's it. As bad as Southern University has played, and Southern University has played horrible this year, do you not know that the equation is set forth that if Southern doesn't lose a game from here on out, they will make it to the SWAC championship?
What?
Mathematically, if Southern does not lose a game from here on out, now they can't lose one. They lose one and they done. But if they win every game from here on out, they will go to the SWAC championship and probably play Alabama State because the biggest game in the SWAC this weekend is homecoming at the Jackson State University where they got a white tiger. Only person I've ever seen with a white tiger is Stigma and Floyd, but that's them and their white tiger. But they will be hosting the Honeybees, and you already know that Florida A&M got sued and fined for making some derogatory comments about the Honeybees. The Honeybees are the big girls that dance for Alabama State. But Alabama State will be making their way into Veterans Memorial Stadium for homecoming. And will they be a homecoming killer and solidify that in the East, will they be the beast of the East? Because whoever wins between Jackson and Alabama State will be probably the champions of the East to play in the SWAC championship against whoever come out of the West. And Southern still has a chance to come out the West. It's either going to be Southern or Prairie View. Right now, a lot of folks are putting their money on Prairie View, on PV. Yeah, that's it.
All right, this is my last topic before I go. Got that early presser today. So, quick question for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even a question. Prayers goes up to Kyron Lacy. Kyron Lacy was accused of a car accident that he didn't cause. They said that he was driving, changed lanes, and caused the accident when video just recently showed, probably 2 days ago, that he was 72 yards away from the incident. And then if you see the video, the car accident happened. He just looked at it and rolled around. What most people do.
What we all would do if a car accident happened in front of us.
So he rolled around and he went. So when he was accused of this thing, it was somebody has passed away that was former military. Um, he was accused, and police was telling him what to say. They were telling him what to do. He was supposed to plead guilty. He was supposed to do all this stuff, take these charges that he had nothing to do with. I'm not gonna sit here and put that is why he committed suicide. I'm not gonna say that because I'm not. I wasn't in those shoes. I'm not gonna speak for nobody, but I'm going to say this. I think it played a major toll on his life, and mentally he was not there because of what was going on, and it affected his future of possibly playing in the NFL and living out another part of his dream. Because one part of his dream was playing for LSU, and living out another part of playing professional football in the likes with Jaden Daniels and Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas. With that miraculous crew that was with the Tigers back in 21, 22. So
that's it. Hold it. And him and Neighbors was a Lafayette crew. That's Como and LCA, baby. That boy started off playing for the Raging Cajuns at UL, transferred. Lacey was a hometown hero here in Lafayette. So was Malik Neighbors, who Malik is now out with his injury. And you heard what he said. They set my friend up. They set my friend up. Keep talking, Elijah, and then I'll jump in. Go ahead.
What I'm just gonna say is, I just want to say, out on this record, rest in peace. Prayers goes out to the Lacey families. I just think that I just pray and hope that you guys find peace throughout this whole thing. I know this is a tough situation because there's nobody in this world wants to get in trouble or do something that they don't want to do, or even if they get in trouble, it's for something that they didn't do. We don't want to stand on that. Like, he didn't do it. You try to put him in a place that he say that he did do it, knowing what the outcome will be. And we all knew, and if you did know Kyra Lacey, he was a really, really genuine dude. He was a happy dude, and he really loved he really loved somebody, even if he never met you before. He would talk to you like it was you met him throughout some other life before. So my last statement is go ahead and before Joe and Sean take over, I just want to say again, rest in peace to Lacey family, and I hope that you find peace in the situation.
Hey, go ahead and tell them about the Fitz take, man. Get on up out of here, and we'll take over from here.
All right, man. Thank you guys for like, sharing, subscribing. We did shoot an episode on Sunday. It was supposed to come out soon. Excuse me, real quick.
Bless you.
Soon. Thank you.
God bless you.
But one of our platform that we use, the recording that we use, I should say, kind of messed up. So we're gonna redo it again tomorrow on Wednesday on my off day. So again, I just want to say thank y'all, love y'all, and I appreciate the time that you guys have given us. Also on this platform as well. You gotta love Sean and Jill for what they do, and just say thank you for the opportunity to be up here and talk sports and also talk freely. So thank you guys.
Put that pig on the grill this weekend. We'll talk to you tomorrow, man, for Working Out Wednesday. You be good. That was Elijah in sports. Now, back to the Kyra Lacey. We need to stay on this for a minute. Yes, sir.
You're the law enforcement professional, and you're currently in school, I believe, for criminal justice. Yeah, okay. With this case, clearly some people were sitting on footage and sitting on manipulating, massaging things, correct?
Correct. However, Sean, this is the reality. One thing I can tell folks, I'm in Walden University right now in my PhD classes for criminal justice, and I have a good friend, big ups to Dr. Rick Swanson, who is a political science professor at UL. Very good friend of mine, getting ready to retire. Who speaks to me and say, man, you kind of old in the game, but what is your plans? And I do want to teach, but I really don't want to teach at a university level. I want to get into teaching with the FBI, with the CIA, with different law enforcement agencies to give classes to professionals who are out there in the field, but have the knowledge and the wherewithal to tell them, this is what I dealt with. This is what the book says, and somewhere in the middle, this is where I believe we need to be. Unfortunately, what folks don't understand is the law can work for you, and that same law can work against you. I know what we saw, and I know what the court of public opinion says. I morally completely agree with the court of public opinion. Now, I need to educate y'all for a second because I had to get educated on this. Morally, in the court of public opinion and social media opinion, may not be what the law really says. That's where you have to understand why elections matter, because these are the legislators who make the law. Okay, understand that. The law is made by legislators. The law is enforced by the judicial system. It's interpreted by the judicial system and enforced by the law enforcement. That's why it's law enforcement. We enforce the law. If the law says you don't do this and you do it, we are the people who say, we are the people who apprehend you, and your judgment for your penalty for doing what you shouldn't have did will be enforced by the judicial system. See, a lot of us don't get all that. That's why we always say the cops are bad. Well, there are some cops that are too excessive. There are some cops that do some things that are completely not right. But there are a lot of human beings that do a lot of stuff that's not right. So just because you got a bad person in an honorable uniform don't mean the profession is not honorable. It just means that person is not honorable in that uniform. Unfortunately, I don't know how the law is going to play out with this Laci situation, because once again, if I recall right, there was a person called Ronald Green who also had a similar incident. If not, it's not the same, it's similar, with the state police. And if I recall right, I don't think with the Ronald Green beating that was on video where they lied and said he did this, he did that, I don't think anybody got convicted of that. If I'm not 100% sure, I got to look at the case law, but I don't think nobody got convicted. Nobody got punished. People got to retire. People kept their pensions. Guess what? And Ronald Green is dead. So if Ronald Green is dead, and it was clearly that they lied, everything they said that happened that night didn't happen. The video footage proves it didn't happen, but nobody faced any consequences of their lying and their taking of this man's life. What do y'all think is going to come in the state of Louisiana with Kyron Laci? And I'm still confused, because one thing they love here in Louisiana is LSU and LSU football players. And there got to be something more to this that I don't know about. Because how in the world would you even make a beloved LSU player look like the villain? Talk to me, Sean. Maybe there's something I'm missing.
Now, Joe, reading all these old books about old things from the 1920s and before that would happen, way before we had smartphones and footage, it would always seem like that if they only had footage to prove he didn't rape that person, or and they could prove he didn't do this, it'd have been better. But we seeing in this generation, even with camera footage, they're gonna still say things not always what it seems.
Right. I mean,
look, the whole George Floyd thing, that dude still almost got off on that.
Right.
He almost got off. Don't forget, it wasn't no easy shut door thing. He almost still got off on it.
Well, you gotta look at Trayvon Martin. I mean, listen, family. Once again, I'm gonna say this again. I'm gonna say it where nobody misinterprets what I say. Morally, my moral compass and what I have seen thus far, I have some serious doubts about what was said, what was put on paper, and how this young man was painted to be a villain when it appears he was not a villain at all. From what I've seen thus far, do I work for the state police? No. Am I at the AG's office? No. Do I have enough knowledge to make a conclusion legally of what happened? No. However, from me being a normal, regular citizen and seeing what I saw, from where I saw it from and from the angle I saw it from, Mr. Lacey had absolutely nothing to do with that accident, and he did the same thing I would have did because I've done that before. There has been an accident, 3 or 4 cars, 2 cars ahead of me, and when the accident occurred, I kept going. And this was before I worked in law enforcement.
Yeah.
I have also had an accident happen, and I've been 10 cars behind it. It happened in Karen Crow on the highway, and I'm the first person to pull over in my unit and run and give aid to one of the people who was in the flipped over car. I actually pulled the young man out the car.
So Joe, I don't know how it is in law enforcement. That's a whole different. But in my time doing psychology work, for an example, if it's me and a client having a session, the only thing that matters, Joe, is what I document happened in that session. What literally happened in the session and what I document happened in the session is 2 different universes. And sometimes my supervisor might advise me like, Sean, okay, I understand this, but say it like this.
Right.
Because all of my documents could be used in the court of law.
That part.
Even my current job, certain things happen, hey Sean, document it like this. Say it like this.
Right.
So I understand the 2 different universes between reality versus what you type down on that paper, the wording, the verbiage, all of that.
Once again, Sean, I am not here to criticize any individual. We had a robust conversation at the beginning of this podcast about the trail ride. Right now, there is a story in local media about the trail ride on one of the local media stations, where some folks are saying, well, what are the media saying? Well, the media interviewed me. And guess what I said? I didn't say, man, this was a horrible trail ride. I said, we are doing our due diligence as law enforcement. We are investigating the allegations and the video that is circulating around. We are trying to identify said subject in video. And once we have identified that individual, we will question them. And if after questioning them, we see that there are charges that need to be put on this individual, we will do so. If not, we won't. At the end of the day, we're still in the investigation part of this, trying to figure out who is this person? Is that a real gun? And if it, because guess what? They got a lot of BB guns, they got a lot of guns that look like real guns. Hold it. So we have to ask some serious questions, because I don't wake up every morning going, who can I put charges on? That ain't what I do. However, I am sworn to protect and serve. And as my chief says, we are sworn to give protection through service. So I'm supposed to be serving my community, making sure that they're safe. Go ahead, Sean.
You know what, Mr. Joe? My good friend taught me this for the past couple of years. Whenever a story break, we want to be so reactionary. You want to share it, you want to click, you want to comment, you want to. She said, Sean, let's just sit back, eat our popcorn, see how it play out. It might take months to play out.
Right.
But at least we'll be siding on the side of the right thing, and we just wait for it to percolate, and you know what I'm saying?
It's 3 minutes past the hour. We're not going to stay too much longer, but Kyron Lacey deserves this. Here's what I will say. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. No man or woman should have so much stress put up on them by the media, by social media, by what the public has to say, that it drives them to have no other recourse but to take their own life. At the end of the day, the Lacey family needs to hold everybody accountable, especially if it comes out in the court of law, or it comes out in a place where they can literally prove that, listen, this young man had absolutely, from what I've seen thus far, my moral compass says this young man had absolutely nothing to do with that accident. Absolutely nothing. That young man took his life. They didn't invite that man to the combine. They put that young man through hell and high water. As you said, they did a pressure tactic on that young man. Admit to it, say you did it. At the end of days, this is how it feels to be a black man in America. I didn't do it. You did it. This is how, I hate to say it, This is that Emmett Till moment. I didn't whistle at that. I didn't whistle at that woman. Yeah, you did. Why? Because she said so. This is how it feels to be a black. Hold it. I'm walking home eating Skittles. I got a hoodie on. This is how it feels to be a black man in America. And guess what? I wish one of you black conservatives would come on here and try to talk some noise right now, because I would drive you until I couldn't drive you no more. It's very sad. And then we want to sit here and folk want to talk about, oh man, the reason Kamala didn't make it in, they trying to put men in women's bathrooms. Man, I ain't got time to hear that. This is how it feels to be a black man in America. I didn't do it. Yeah, you did. Because we said so. Wait a minute, but I didn't do it. I wasn't even there. Yeah, you was. Yeah, you was. See, that comes down to we all look alike. Man, when are y'all going to wake up? To the Lacey family, pursue every avenue you can to get justice for that young man. Because you can't bring him back.
Now, Joe, on the tail end of this whole thing, the brother they found hanging at the university, right? I think after further review, they did find some funny stuff with that case. Have you seen that?
I can only say the following, Sean.
Okay.
And I'll say it from this point of view. How many people you know who take their life by hanging? I'll wait. Just statistically pull that up.
And Joe, they found another one a couple of days ago. I can't remember where. They found another one.
Yeah, in Mississippi, right? A homeless man, right?
No, another one.
Another one.
Couple of days ago. Another one.
So understand this: to climb a tree, find a branch that will hold your weight, and to fashion a noose and hang yourself is not a common way.
I think in Albuquerque.
Okay.
But I told you last time, being a sailor, it's not easy to tie a noose as you think.
Oh,
y'all watch TV and movies and all that. It's not as easy as you think.
Oh, no.
To tie this thing and hold your body weight as a grown man.
Oh,
bro.
no.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Or to find a branch that will support your weight. Okay. I'm just saying. Family, I say it all the time. Pay attention. This government shutdown is a distraction, because though the government is shut down, government troops are still getting deployed. Who paying them? Who paying them? The TSA, the FAA, the people who make sure that you can get from point A to point B when you're in the air, they're going to work and they're not getting paid. You think them people really focus? I'm in here trying to focus on air traffic safety and safety at the airport, but I don't know if I'm going to pay my mortgage on my car note. Come on now. But guess who's still getting a check? Congress. Come here. Your local senator, your local congressman still getting a check. Come here. They staff still getting a check. Come here. But the government shut down. Okay, if the government shut down, then you shouldn't be getting a check. The president's still getting a check. His staff still getting a check. Pete Hegseth is still getting a check. The AG is still getting a check. Biden's still getting a check. Everybody in government still getting a check, but the government shut down. Come here. Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. 8 minutes past the hour. Sean, before I get fired up and wind up stuck here longer than I need to be. Tell us about the book. Tell us about the Griot podcast. Tell us about the Sean P experience. Tell us what you got coming up. Let's get out of here.
If you're going to wrap it up, man, tomorrow on the Sean P experience at 2:30 p.m. This is a rare time, 2:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on YouTube, the Sean P experience. I have the award-winning author coming on the show talking about the three mothers, MLK, Malcolm X, James Baldwin, and how they shaped America. You don't want to miss it. Well, thoroughly researched project. She did her thing with it, man. Definitely go out there and find it and get it. And today, Allen Iverson brand new book just dropped. Go and check it.
AI. What I'm talking about. Family, man, I always appreciate my brother Sean P. Me and Sean P, we like peanut butter and jelly. I'm just telling you. And Elijah come in and we talk sports. But on a serious tip, 9 minutes past the hour. I went a little bit over today. Y'all, we got to pay attention. Everybody who logged in. Oh, I got to give a shout out to James Vincent, Tim Lawson. These are great men in my eyes, and from the perspective of what I see. These are men who are out there in the community trying to make the community a better place for all of us. There are great women out there doing the same. I salute all of you. We've got to pay attention. And we've got to, for those who are willing to listen, willing to receive, we've got to pour into them. It's a trying time. Don't be distracted. Don't sit here and watch all the hogwash and the propaganda and not pay attention to what they're really doing. They're really doing a lot. Be better today than you were yesterday. And do something today to bless somebody some way. No matter what you do, no earthly way they could ever pay you back. And always remember that there is no secret what God can do. What he has done for others, he will and he can do for you. But when God is with you, nothing or no one can stand against you. Be blessed. Have a wonderful day. We'll be back tomorrow for Work It Out Wednesday. If the Lord say the same, y'all have a great one. We out of here. Peace.